Konnichiwa. Today, we're going to go back and cover that little bit of areas that we skipped last week. That's going to give us the opportunity to look at the dev form plus wa and the dev form plus mo and some other things too. So, we're going to return to the point where Hannes had just taken the marmalade jar off the shelf. でも、瓶は空っぽだった。But the jar was empty. Kara means empty. You can see it has the kind of a sky, which I guess is the biggest empty space in this world. Kara, empty, it is the kara in karate, which is the art of fighting with empty hand without any weapon. Karappo is a kind of strengthening or empty, meaning with nothing in it. It was completely empty. And karappo works as a noun. And generally speaking, if you don't know what kind of word is in Japanese, it's most likely to be a noun. Japanese is quite a noun-centered language because all the words that come in from other languages like Chinese, of which there are a huge amount, and English and other languages too, come in as nouns. You can turn them into verbs by putting suru after them. You can turn them into adjectives with no and na, but fundamentally they're nouns. So it's always a good guess when you don't know what a word is that it's quite likely to be a noun. Karappo is a noun, empty. でも瓶は空っぽだった。However, the jar was empty. ある種は空っぽの瓶でも舌け落としては悪いと思った。Here again, we're going to see some other uses of the dev form. First of all, ある種は空っぽの瓶でもので here is the dev form of the, and mo, as we know, is the adjective inclusive sister of wa, the adjective inclusive non-logical topic mark in participle. So, 空っぽの瓶でもで dev form of this is it was an empty jar, and でも means even though it was an empty jar. Mo can be used to mean as much as 1万円もかかった。It took as much as 10,000 yen, cost as much as 10,000 yen. でも means something like as much as it was an empty jar, even though it was an empty jar. And I got a video on these uses of mo that you may want to watch. And we also use this mo form when asked for permission, don't we? ケーキを食べてもいい? Is it alright if I eat the cake? May I eat the cake? Literally, if I go as far as to eat the cake, would that be alright? 空っぽの瓶でも舌へ落としては悪いと思った。落とす means to drop. It's another one of our self-move, other move pairs. 落ちる means to fall. That's self-move. Thing falls by itself. 落とす which ends in su. According to the first law of self-move, other move verb side means drop. We don't drop ourselves, we drop something else. してのけ as we know, is the other targeting particle. It's very similar to ni, but the difference is that ke tends to refer more to the direction something is moving than to its actual target. So in this particular case, shita ni otosu wouldn't be right. We're not saying that we're dropping it to a particular target, like table no shita, the under of the table, under the table. Ne, just drop it downwards. Drop it in a downward direction. You don't even know what's down there. She did try looking and he couldn't see much. So dropping it in the direction of down. Shite otosu. No, shite otoshite wa warui. Now here you see, if just had te form plus mo, now we have te form plus wa. And we know that mo and wa are the opposite twins. While mo is the adjective including particle, wa is the subjunctive excluding particle. So, wa te mo means as much as, te wa means as little as. And we tend to use te mo in positive contexts if I do as much as this when it be alright, but we use te wa in negative, forbidding contexts. Don't even do as little as that. So we often say, te wa dame. Do that is no good. Do that is bad. In this case, it's very similar. 落としては悪い。理由なすねと as dropping it would be bad. The point isn't whether dropping it is a small thing, or that eating the cake is a big thing. The point is that we can go as far as eating the cake, that's fine. But don't even think about talking 落としては悪い. Doing much is right out of the question. Very often less forbidding, ては is just contracted to ちゃ. Now this pattern continues into other uses of ては. For example, we can use ては as a connector between two clauses, and it implies that the second clause is unwanted or negative. So we can say 雨が降っては公園に行けない. It's raining and we can't go to the park. Now as we know, て can connect two sentences, and if we just said 雨が降って公園に行けない, we're saying it's raining and we can't go to the park. There's an implication that we can't go to the park because it's raining, but there's no suggestion of whether we're happy or unhappy with the result. 雨が降っては公園に行けない is indicating that the result is unpleasant or unwanted, and you can see that this does have its root in the restrictive quality of wa. For example, in English we might say, just because it's raining, we can't go to the park. And this is exactly what wa means, doesn't it? If we say pan wo tabeta, we are saying I ate bread, but if we say pan wa tabeta, that often implies I ate bread, but I didn't eat something else. Conversely, if we say pan o tabanakatta, we are saying I didn't eat bread. If we say pan wa tabanakatta, we are often implying I didn't eat bread, but I did eat something else. So, 雨が降っては公園に行けない. Originally could imply something like just because it's raining we can't go to the park, but no, its implication is more unfortunately because it's raining we can't go to the park. 妹と喧嘩しては母に叱られた. Because I quarreled with my sister, I get scolded. And again, the wa in there indicates that this is a negative result. So it links two complete clauses with the indication that the second one follows as an unfortunate result from the first one. So this is a continuation of the negative implication of te wa. Te mo, on the other hand, when it links two sentences, doesn't indicate a negative result or a positive result. It indicates an unexpected or contrasting result to the first. So if we said 雨が降っても公園に行く, we're saying even though it's raining, we're going to the park. And you can see that this is essentially the same function as demo, which gets translated as but quite correctly. Demo folds up whatever went before it into that de, which is the de form of da. So we're saying that all happened, and the mo then adds to it the but element, the even though as much as element. So you could also say 雨が降るでも公園に行く, which means almost exactly the same as 雨が降っても公園に行く. The difference structurally is that in 雨が降っても, the でも only attaches to 降る, whereas an amaya furu demo nade is wrapping up the whole of the last sentence. In practice, that gives us pretty much the same meaning. So let's just go back to that sentence in Aris and see how it's structured. It's a little more complex than it looks at first, but it's very easy to understand, and if we can understand it, it gives us the key to analyzing much more complex sentences which could give us trouble in the future. The core of the sentence is at the beginning and the end. The whole sentence is just telling us what Aris thought. So, the core is Aris wa zero ga omotta na. The inside of the sentence consists of two topic comment structures. The first topic is, even though it's an empty bottle topic, and the comment on that is itself another topic comment structure. As for dropping it, that would be bad. And then the whole of this double topic comment structure is bundled up into that to. It really means we can treat the whole thing as a kind of quasi-noun. It's bundled up into that to and attributed to Aris as her thought. Now, of course, as we actually reading or looking at Japanese, we don't think over as for or speaking of every time we see a topic comment statement, because as for in English is much weightier, much more cumbersome than the simple wa and mo in Japanese. So what do? Once again, as always, we don't translate it into English, except when we absolutely need to explain it or understand it. We take the Japanese as it is in itself, and that's how we learn Japanese as opposed to just learning about Japanese. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in comments below, and I will answer as usual. I'd like to thank my gold Kokeshi patrons who make these videos possible, and all my patrons and supporters on YouTube and everywhere. これからもよろしくお願いします。Justice Mills.